First of all, let me say it's a pleasure being here in this great city of Hamtramck with its diversity. And not only is Hamtramck a majority city of color, but it is also the most densely populated city of Muslims here in the state of Michigan, and perhaps the greatest or the densest population of Muslims in these United States of America. Let me also echo what Brother Ron Scott said to some of the police officers who we see and their supporters, and perhaps some of them who are standing amongst us in regular civilian clothing. We are pro-law enforcement. We are anti-law enforcement misconduct. That's right, yeah. Let me say that again. We are pro-police, but we are anti-law enforcement misconduct. Yeah. Yeah. We are for the peace officers doing their job and keeping the peace, but we are against racial and ethnic profiling. Yeah. Yeah. What took place recently with our brother, my brother, the pastor at Corinthian Baptist Church, in my opinion, was an act of intimidation, where you have a community leader, a religious leader, a clergyman seeing something going on in the community and questioning the actions of law enforcement, and then he is arrested for questioning law enforcement, because what this does is, if the community leaders are targeted like this, it sends a chilling effect amongst the pastor's flock and the general people in the community. Right. This was an act of intimidation. Yeah. Let me also say that I agree that in Hamtramck Police Department, just as in Detroit and Dearborn and other municipalities, the majority of police officers are honest, and there are a few bad apples. In any group of people, there are a few bad apples. But this is a bigger issue than just a few bad apples. We're talking about a structural issue. We're talking about the remnants of institutional racism, where you have the police force that does not reflect the demographics of the people that live in the municipality. There needs to be a citizen review board that reflects the reality of the demographics of Hamtramck, where we see African Americans and Yemenis and Bengalis and Bosnians, where we see a population that represents the interests of the people and not handpicked by certain people in that building. Right. This is what democracy means. Democracy, it means rule by the people and for the people. That's what democracy is. In conclusion, we have come a long way in America. But we can't just cover up the issues that are going on right now and think that they're just going to go away on their own. What we are doing here today is an act of patriotism. You are the true and real patriots here. The teabaggers aren't the real patriots. You are the real patriots. There are people in our society, unfortunately, who feel like they have certain rights or certain privileges. And as they see the demographics of America changing, they are intimidated by the shifting demographics. It's like they are losing their share of the pie of America. But America is big enough for all of us to get a piece of this American pie. Brothers and sisters, with that, I thank you, and I have to say this because the NAACP has been very strong.
Democracy. How do you get democracy? You know, it gotta come from us, the people. It gotta come. There is no other option. See, these politicians and folks, they supposed to be working for us to help us deal with these corporations. You see, the corporation out, they got 374 billionaires here in the United States. 374. And here we are fighting for little jobs. We got people who don't even have water in Michigan. There's over 45,000 people who don't even have water. In Detroit, in Benton Harbor, we got so many people who don't have water, don't have lights. We got more homeless people. We only 12,000 strong. We have more homeless people living in Benton Harbor than you would ever imagine, living underneath the bridge. That's what I be fighting for. This is what we be trying to pull people in. It's important, but we have to do it together. We can't do it as an individual. That's what I tell everybody. See, it's not just me. See, people are so convinced it's me. Well, they won't. No, it's us. We're a team. There's no I in nothing I do. It's we. It's we. And even the elect, well, Pinckney was involved. Pinckney did. It wasn't just Pinckney. It had to be other people. I can't win no election by myself. I'm only one vote. That's what they said, but they was convinced. But this is why we have to stick together. And when you leave here today, you need to take back with you. If we can beat down Whirlpool, you can beat down anybody. That's right.
Yeah. Nobody should be expected to live beneath their privilege. Where we live should not determine if we live or die or have access to opportunities or be treated fairly. So we're pleased to stand here on behalf of Reverend Wendell Anthony, our president, and the 52,000 members of the Detroit branch of the NAACP. We're pleased to stand with Brother Kamal Rockman and the Hamtramck NAACP, and Mike, Bill Meyer and Mike Nelson, and all of you, the Coalition Against Police Brutality. Get it right, Hamtramck. Let me suggest to all of you, get involved. Get involved. Let's stay together. Let's not let them divide us. Let's stop talking about who's the biggest minority. Are black people 12% or 14%? Are Mexicans 14% or 15%? Let's put all those numbers together. And black people and brown people and yellow people and red people, we're 35 and 40% of the population. And we're saying we deserve to be respected. Nobody should be expected to dwell beneath their privilege. Nobody. We just involved. Thank you.